Welcome back. The fourth P in the power of the pen is partner. This is also the second P in the action items. Partner means a person who shares or is associated with. So, as you are preparing yourself to write or to rewrite, whether you're a first time author or a seasoned author, it's always good to partner with someone. Who do you know is a resident expert where you have opportunities? The content that you are writing, is there any way you can collaborate with someone in terms of the content that you might be sharing in your book? Or if you are a first time author, who do you know that have done it before? Do you know any authors that have been successful with their books? And can you connect with them or talk with them or even partner with them to give you some tips, some tools, and strategies on the writing process? A lot of first time authors kind of get a little anxious about the writing piece. A lot of people will say, I am not an author or I'm not a writer, but I know I have a story to tell. Well, if you have a story to tell, you can write it. A writer and an author is one and the same, right? So as long as you have a story, you can write it. The editor's job is to polish your story and make it come to life. So you never have to worry about whether or not you are great at writing. As long as the content that you have is beneficial to your ideal reader, you have something to share with the world. So, partnering with someone who has done it before to give you some tips is great. And finding out who is the expert in this writing space or in the editing space or the publishing space that can help you. Also, as a first time writer, do you know how to write? Do you know how to lay out your manuscript? If you're writing a story about your life, if it's a memoir, do you know how to make that happen? Do you know how to flush your story out, the outline that you need to set in order to write? Do you know the structure of how you want to write your story? So you need to seek the knowledge here to understand it, right? There are writing coaches that will be able to help you get your story out. There are trainings that can be done. Udemy is a platform that helps people understand how to write their own books, right? You can find a mentor or a writing coach that can help you get your story out. So there are resources all over and all over the place that can help you with this process. So don't feel like you have to do this yourself. A lot of people stop themselves from writing their book because of the fear of not knowing how. Well, there's no need for that. We have this big world wide web that has the answer to a lot of stuff. And so don't limit yourself because you may not be an expert in this particular field. There is information out there that can give you the power to make this happen. Google, for example, is a place that you can go and find out a lot of information on writing, on editing, on publishing, on marketing. Amazon, you can create an account on Amazon, kdp.amazon.com. Create an account there. There is a KDP University. KDP means Kindle Direct Publishing, and it is the publishing arm of Amazon. So check that out, and you'll be able to find information there about this whole process. Also, there is Ingram Spark. Ingram Spark is another publishing platform, but they have an Ingram Spark University. And if you create an account on Ingram Spark, you can actually download their, I think it's 56-page guide as to how to publish, right? So all you're doing is arming yourself with information that takes the anxiety and the stress away from writing so that you'll be able to share your gift with the world. And then find out who is in the space, right? Who do you know as a publisher? Who do you know as an author already? And can you speak to them, right? Who can provide partnership to you or for you or with you? As first time authors, there's a lot of people that have opted into collaborative processes. So instead of writing a book on their own for the very first time, they kind of get their feet wet by putting their foot in the water, one foot in the water, and not fully committing to a full blown manuscript, but they collaborate with other people that are doing what is called an anthology or a book where several authors or co-authors collaborate around a story with a specific message or theme. That's another great way to write. So instead of writing an entire book, you're writing one chapter of a book. And that does a lot of things. It gives you the access to understanding the process. It also gives you partners with the other co authors. Usually, there is a visionary author that leads the way. So she will be able to share information with you. And then this will be a learning process for you. So that when you get ready to write your own personal book by yourself, you have some experience and knowledge in this area that will take the stress and the anxiety away from you doing it. And then who can provide support? If you are a seasoned author and you have written several books and for some reason they didn't do as well as you wanted them to, well, try to find someone that has had significant success with their books and see if you can connect with them and find out what did they do to achieve the success they did, and how can you rinse and repeat that? How could you use some of their strategies and implement it into your next book, or even republish a book that you have already published to get some more momentum going, right? And then, if you're a business owner and have not yet written a book, then I would suggest that you connect with some other business owners to find out what is the impact that writing a book did for their business. Because most of the time, if you're a business owner without a book, once you write a book, it adds to your credibility, and it allows you now to be known as a resident expert, whether it is a book related to the field you're in or it's a book that's totally separate. Once you're an author with a business, it adds credibility and value to you as a business owner.